blue side.
Thank you, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. I am joined by the victorious shifter of Team Dignitas. These guys now tied for first place at 7-2 with TDK tomorrow, so only looking up on that. How was the seaweed soup? I got to ask first question. You guys seem to play really well.
It was pretty damn good. It definitely made us play ball today, I think.
All right, on a serious note, you've been with Dig now for a while. Changes have been made. Things are looking better. What do you guys have now that wasn't there before in the past splits where we saw Dig struggling?
I think Helios was a big part of that. I think Gamsu is just really comfortable with Helios now. Before it was kind of weird, where we weren't bonding as well, I guess. But with Helios, everyone's really friendly. Everyone's just together. We're just a band of brothers, I guess.
And what's kind of Dignitas' outlook now? You guys are at the top of the table. This isn't normally a spot for you. How is the team taking this? Is it in stride? Do you guys feel like you can continue this till the end of the split?
I mean, I remember back in the first time I played with Dig in our my first debut split with Dig, we were 14-0 or something with a ridiculous record, and then we just went reverse sweep with that. So we're planning to just stick it through this time and make sure just hold it, don't get complacent, and just work hard and try to get that top spot.
And I want to break it down a little bit. Final question. Where's the communication coming from now for Dignitas in games? It seems like everything is working so much more fluid for the team, and calls like Baron aren't the reason you guys are extending the game 15, 20 minutes. They're the reason for wins now.
Most of our communication comes from Helios and Kiwi. Helios, if you ever talk to him, he's just a really loud, charismatic guy. So when he makes a call, everyone listens to it. When Kiwi makes a call, we listen to it. And the most important thing is that we trust in the call and we just follow through with it, even if it's a bad call.
I kind of want to push on that one more. Was it actually hard to receive Helios' calls in the beginning, or were you guys able to get on board with that immediately?
It was definitely really easy because I was friends with Helios way before, even on his EG days. I think Helios Gamsu and Core knew him too, and he's just really easy to get along with. It wasn't hard at all.
Well, it seemed to be a great pickup for you guys. Congratulations again on the win, and best of luck to keeping the record during the season. All right, we're going to throw it to the analyst desk to break down the rest of the day now.
Thank you very much, Riv. We heard Shifter talking about how they're a band of brothers. They do everything together, and I think it really showcased here in that it was a fairly standard game, but Dig looked like they were in control the entire time.
Yeah. And it closed out quickly.
Oh, no, we're
no. Anyway, and it really showcased how Enemy does not look like a band of brothers right now, and that they're still trying to come together. So Dignitas, the fact they have this synergy, the fact they're following these calls, and he was just talking about it, Shifter, was that Helios, immediately everybody's right on his back, and I feel like Core JJ and Gamsu, they would be like, this guy was from one of the best teams in Korea at one point, right? It's like, oh yeah, this guy's from Blaze.
I think the respect is definitely there. And it definitely was not there with the other junglers that they had brought in. Even potentially with Crumbs. They said when he left, he said they were on a different page and they couldn't come to an agreement about how to play the game. Well, they're in agreement right now, and it's easy to keep agreeing when you keep winning League of Legends games. From week in, ever since they've gotten Helios, it has been a cleaner game every single time we've seen this team play. So they're definitely trending in a very good direction.
Yep. Yeah, we talk about it being a standard win. I think the biggest things that jumped out were the flanking plays that they set up. You know, we're watching them attack team fights in past games from multiple different angles. They can now fight straight up. They have a punish game. We're watching them flank. We're really watching them tackle different tactics and grow as a group.
Yeah, I think that Dignitas, they're tied for first again. And at this point, I am a believer. I am convinced by this squad. They've shown me enough different things that they've shown that they're good at. That I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a team that's in the conversation for first place.
Because they're tied for first place. I agree. Yeah,
first place.
You would hope so. You would hope so.
Yeah, at the end of the split, potentially, right? Because they started the split with the Zingy. Now they have Helios, and they've looked better ever since. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to tell. I still think there's a few weaknesses on Team Dignitas, but because of their trajectory, right? Until it either plateaus or starts to decline, they're on pace for first place if they continue this upward trend.
Well, also giving the trajectory of everybody else in the league as well, where it's kind of like, well, where's everybody else? Some people are downward trending, some are kind of leveling off and having other problems. So I feel in relationship, Dignitas, that's why I put them up there now.
I want to jump back to the enemy point real quick before we move out of this. You know, a lot of times when people talk about what are the easiest things to execute, we'll go for AoE compositions. We saw the AoE composition picked up here, but even so, the coordination not there to ever really land that combo that would, zero out an entire team.
Yeah, they had two options. They could either poke and then engage, or just land a CC and then put all their poke on that CC target, and they did neither of those things the whole game. So it was unfortunate.
Yeah, and
a lot of it had to do with flanking.
Yeah, a lot of it had to do with flanking. And Shifter this season, he's kind of gone under the radar, and he used to be that guy. It's like, oh, Shifter's so passive, nothing's going to happen in the mid lane. Now things kind of spill over into his lane all the time with his side lanes, and you really get to see what Shifter's capable of this season.
Yep, 206 on that Azir, definitely providing a lot of support for his team in that fight. Well, we're halfway through the split, so let's see how the teams are arranged in the standings. CLG has company with Team Dignitas and TSM joining them in a three-way tie for first place. Then in fourth, it's Gravity and Team Liquid. TIP sits alone in sixth, followed by Cloud9 and Enemy in seventh, Team 8 in ninth, and TDK in last. Looking at tomorrow's schedule, we're going to start with the rematches, Gravity versus Team Liquid. After that, Cloud9 will look to settle their Week 2 score against Team Impulse. Then you won't want to miss our Game of the Week, the always exciting, always hyped battle between the longtime rivals, Team Solo Mid and Counter Logic Gaming. That all begins tomorrow at noon Pacific, 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Now for myself, the casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.